Welcome.
How's it going?
Good. Heading into this fight, this time with a full camp. How's that feel?
Feels good. I'm prepared above and beyond. It's been a long 2 months of hard training. So, yeah, whenever you get a full fight camp underneath you where you can game plan and specify what you think is going to happen, then all the better.
Coming off a movie-type scenario at Madison Square Garden, coming in as a huge underdog, putting the stop to the Malcolm Wellmaker hype train. Have you come down from those emotions? Has that affected your training at all in this camp?
Yeah, I've regulated pretty quickly. It has not affected my camp at all. You know, a fight is a fight. It differs every single time you get in there, and you must prepare to the utmost degree for each individual fight. So the hype was cool. It's fantastic. I am riding it. I am using it to build my brand and my name and to project myself in the rankings as quickly as possible. But I have a different opponent in front of me Saturday, and I have prepared above and beyond.
You get to prepare for him fully now. Is studying your opponents and watching film study part of that preparation?
Yeah, of course. I watch what he does. I take little intricacies. At the end of the day, you got to go in there and fight. You got to be able to adjust on the fly. That's one of the most important aspects of being a fighter, is that you can fine-tune, quickly adjust, and make the changes as they go along during the fight. So, of course, game plan, I see his little intricacies. I know what his game plan is going to be, but I am ready to get in there and fight all the same.
Yeah. After you got that win against Malcolm, you were pretty respectful, and he got a lot of criticism that it was a fraud check moment and that maybe you felt that took away from your win. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't think it's a fraud check by any means. You know, nobody on the larger scene, I don't want to say nobody, the majority of people did know who I was. People that have seen me fight, people that follow my career, my friends, my family, my coaches, they know exactly who I am, and we were very confident in what it is we were going to do. But it's not a fraud check. That guy's a very large individual for the weight class. He's very strong. He puts people out in a very savage fashion. So for me to go in there and did what I did, it just proves who I am, what I'm capable of, what I bring to the table, and that I'm a complete fighter. I'm ready for all of it. I'm a technical boxer, a striker. I'm a technical grappler. I'm a mixed martial artist. I'm the best at everything.
Yeah. And then just the last one from me. Did you get that Patrick Ewing New York Knicks jersey after your win at MSG?
Still waiting on that one.
Ethyn, right here. I know you said that in camp and your mentality, not much has changed, but just coming in short notice, getting a win like that, has any sort of stardom hit you? Has your life changed at all? Either if it's just fans coming up in the street more often, stuff like that?
Yeah, of course. People come up, ask if I am who I am. Are you Ethyn Ewing? And take some pictures. Of course, little things like that. Nothing drastic, and it's been cool. It's something I enjoy. It's something I've worked very hard for. So though it's minor, it's there for sure.
And after the win, a video went viral, obviously, of you heading back to the construction site, everybody celebrating the win. So you still doing construction? Did you leave that behind? What's that looking like now?
I haven't been back to my main place of work. I had a baby boy December 14th, the following month from the fight. And so I went on leave. I talked to those guys. My boss and I are very cool. I actually went to a fight night with the vice president of the company pretty recently, and those guys are all on my team, so I haven't been back on site with them specifically. I've been training full-time. I do have my own personal safety company and business, so I take care of that where it needs to be taken care of. But right now it's fighting, man. That's it. That's the number one.
And apologies for not knowing, but first kid?
Yes, first one.
Well, congrats, but also, how has that changed everything? I know having my own first kid not only changes perspective, but makes schedule and just life very difficult, especially, I imagine, with the UFC fight camp.
Certainly. A lot of extra effort, a lot of extra time spent. The moments that I think I get to come home and rest and relax, the wife needs a break, and I'll take care of him, hold him for a second in between trainings. It's night and day difference. Like you said, everything is harder. He's a little monster, so he's trying to grab, and he's already rolling around, and he's already doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So It's a heightened level of effort and such, but it's the greatest thing I've ever done. It's probably the greatest thing I'll ever do. Madison Square Garden is cool, but having that little baby boy at home is that much better.
Thank you.
We talked about the short notice prior to the Malcolm Wellmaker fight. I was wondering if you could expand upon the differences in your two UFC experiences. Obviously, a very short preparation for that fight. This time we have a full fight camp. You talk about being prepared, obviously. Talked about not being on the job site anymore, so you can dedicate probably a little more time. But can you dive in a little deeper as to some of the advantages that you're experiencing in this second experience you have?
Yeah, the preparation, not going back to the job site. You guys saw what I did working 8 hours a day, waking up at 4 a.m., leaving the house by 5 a.m., working all day, sitting in traffic on the way back from LA, and then training all night, not getting home till 10 p.m. to see my wife. So now just imagine what you guys are going to see when I'm training 3 times a day. There's nothing besides waking up and going to training, taking care of the family. That's the only thing on my mind. You guys are going to see a large difference in control, in composure, and performance.
Nice. And you had alluded to the rankings in an earlier answer here. With a win this weekend, that would be 2 victories over 2 undefeated, touted prospects. Do you think that a win this weekend can put you into possible contention for a ranked fight?
Yeah, 100%. Especially if I go out there and I do what I'm supposed to do, and I do what I know I'm going to go out there and do. You know, if I go out there and finish this guy in spectacular fashion, which is always the game plan, I am the Professor Finesser because I like to do it with finesse. I like to make it look easy. I like to make it artistic, and I like to go in there and show how much more technical I am and that my technical prowess is on a different level. So I go in there, I do my job, I clock in, right? I'm putting 8 hours on this stuff now, not anywhere else. So I go in there, I do my thing. Of course, I think there's certainly a chance that that's the next move that the UFC comes and puts in front of me.
Lastly, what type of a trajectory do you see yourself on in this UFC journey of yours? Obviously, you're already thinking about a potential ranked fight. Where do you see yourself rising up the ranks in the future?
Like I said, I do it with finesse. So my plan is to come in here, show how much better I am than each opponent that I face every single time, and I'm gunning for that belt. That's the end goal. It's fresh on my mind. It's the only thing I care about is that I achieve the championship and I become the champion myself.